Hello everyone, Counter-Spell here, back with another video. Looking at Ghave, Guru of Spores today. Fun commander, all about multiple counters and sacrificing creatures, more specifically, most likely saplings. So this is sapling tribal, green, white, and black. So let's get to it. Slimefoot the Stowaway. For when our saplings die, we can start draining our opponents, and this can also create some Corpsejack Menace to double up the number of counters we put onto creatures we control. Rot Shambler whenever another creature we control dies. Spore Crown Thallid to give our fungus creatures and or sapling creatures +1/+1. Fungal Sprouting, since our creature is going to be big. Well, Ghave is sapling Symbiosis, to make us a whole bunch more saplings. Vertiloth the Ancient, to create us just a whole bunch of sapling tokens. Death Mutation, again, more tokens, also destroy something that isn't black. Mycolith, very synergistic with this deck, can create a whole bunch of tokens. And you can receive counters from Ghave via Ghave sacrifice ability. So this is a great card in this commander. Definitely would recommend you put this in here. Spore Mound to take advantage of lands. Tendershroot Dryad, since we're gonna have way more than 10 permanents. So that's an easy +2/+2 to all of our saplings. Or a Mutation to destroy an annoying enchantment and create a whole bunch of saplings in the process, or at least a decent amount. Corozda Guildmage, to give one of our creatures Intimidate until end turn, or to sacrifice a non-token creature and create a whole bunch of saplings. So I can sacrifice them to Ghave or to other creatures in here. Fertile Imagination. This is an interesting one. This is kind of to punish our opponents for drawing cards. If we have like a red-blue player at the table, we can, well, not punish, but more benefit us from what they're doing if we guess right. And seeing as how most time red-blue players are instant or sorcery decks, they can be pretty predictable. So you can get a good guess. Verdant Force, create us an army. At least give us a sapling at the beginning of each upkeep. Thallid Omnivore, you can sacrifice creatures to it to buff it up, and if those are saplings that we are sacrificing to it, we also gain 2 life. Metallic Mimic to buff up our sapling. Selesnya Guildmage to buff up our creatures until end turn, or create some 1/1s saplings. Thallid Soothsayer to draw some cards by sacrificing creatures. The Leonite Hermit, I don't know. To give all saplings +1/+1. So this affects your opponent's saplings as well. And this can also be used to create some saplings. Spore Sower Thallid. This is kind of interesting because it gives the spore counter mechanic. And yes, we do have this incorporated in here. So this can be used to create some saplings. Sporoloth Ancient. This can definitely speed up the process in which we produce saplings via spore counters being put on creatures. Vitaspore Thallid. We can sacrifice Serpentings to give some of our creatures haste now, so that's very nice. Utopia Mycon to help us with mana if we have an issue in that case with so we can use our Saprolings. Morbid Bloom to exile target creature card in a graveyard, and then you create a whole bunch of tokens. Pallid Mycoderm can sacrifice a Saproling to it to buff up our fungus creatures and or Saproling creatures until in turn. We can do that multiple times. Pollen Bright Wings will most likely be attaching this to either Ghave or like a big creature, so that we can create a whole bunch of 1/1 Saproling creature tokens. Astronaut's Altar for mana. Death Spore Thallid. We can use our Saprolings to kill stuff, and since this is -1/-1 effects, this is able to kill indestructible creatures, so this is very nice for our deck. Savage Thallid. We can use our Saplings now to regenerate fungus creatures on our board. Thallid Shell Dweller. Just make some Saplings. That's all. Thallid. Same thing. Night Soil to get rid of like maybe some scared creature cards or like creature cards we don't want, or like cards in general we don't want coming back from graveyards. So we can use this to exile those cards from the graveyards and create Saplings in the process. Verdant Embrace to create an army at a decent rate. Sadistic Hypnotist. Now sacrifice creatures to have target player discard 2 cards. Activate this, but we can only activate this on anytime we can cast a sorcery. Which, if that is at instant speed for some reason, then that means we can do this at any time. But this allows us, mostly on our turn, to whittle away at our opponent's hand. That way they don't have answers like Cyclonic Rift or like I think it's Angel of Grace. I can save you. I don't know which one it is. Parallel Lives to double up the number of tokens we create. Mind Slash. This can really screw our opponents up because we can just force them to discard the cards that are really essential to their plans. Like this can stop infinite combos right here. Tollsmere Wolfblood, I think, to give our green and white creatures +1/+1. Other green creature. Well, the text is right there, and then we can create a legendary token. Tristani Selesnia's Voice to give us life and populate. Odric Master Tactician. This could seal the game. Graveful Apparition to proliferate counters, so it proliferates 4 counters and +1/+1 counters. Blood Artist to drain our opponents, and in case of board wipe, Smothering Abomination to draw us cards. Leonin Sun Standard, buff up our creatures. Pennon Blade to really buff like one creature in particular up. Doubling Season, you know what it does. It's broken. Primal Vigor, same thing except it's for everyone, and it's just limited to +1/+1 counters. Beastmaster Ascension, whenever, well, I don't need to read it. We're gonna be, if we end up attacking with a lot of Saplings, then after a while it's gonna end up paying off because at 7 or more quest counters, our creatures get +5/+5. So suddenly, all saplings we have are 6/6 creatures. Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider. This can really put a dent in our opponent's plans, especially other green players at the table that rely on like buffed up creatures. Trample and Haste is pretty nice, but also this halves the number of counters that our opponents would put on a permanent or player, but it also doubles up the number of counters we put on permanents and or players. Law of the Obsidian, buff up our board. Gaffney Township, buff it up again. Grim Backwoods, sacrifice creatures to draw cards. High Market, sacrifice creatures to it to gain life. Phyrexian Tower for mana. Windbrisk Heights, since we're going to be attacking with more than 3 creatures most likely. Mossfort Bridge, since we're definitely gonna, since the total combined power of our creatures is definitely going to be greater than 10. Vault of the Archangel, to give our creatures Death Touch and Lifelink, so keep us alive. Orn Wreath the Vastwood, since the sapling, since obviously the creature tokens we make in this deck are mostly green, so buff them up. Khan's Bastion for proliferation. Gaia's Cradle for mana, and then forests, swamps, and plains alike. However many you want. It's up to you. You don't have to go by this guide. You can go with none of the cards, all of the cards, some of the cards, it's your choice. With that being said, this is the end of this EDH guide. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please like to subscribe. I'd like to see the view count keep going up. I'm scraping the barrel, guys, so I need comments now. I seriously encourage comments. If you are the first one to comment, please, for the love of God, give me a suggestion so I can get to making something, because I'm running out of like ideas. I mean, I know there's plenty of content out there, but I don't know what you guys want. If you guys just want to see entirely new content, like maybe video games, like I said in the previous video, until like the next like set of new commanders comes out, or if you want me to cover other commanders before I move on, just let me know like what you want me to do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I like to keep seeing that subscriber count going up. Thank you to the 24 who are currently supporting me, and I encourage you, everyone else there who's watching but is unsubscribed, please subscribe. I encourage it. Don't forget to hit the notification bell that we don't miss more of this content. Share this video along with other videos found on my channel with other people. And that'll be it. Bye-bye.